Can you be a child molester and be a Christian and go to heaven? This goes out to Vocab Malone, who every time something is done or take place in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community, he'll jump on it. Now, this goes back about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, concerning an argument between Kirk Franklin and his son Kerrion Franklin, and the son recorded it, and basically Kirk Franklin basically went Negro on him, went ghetto on his ass, went hood on him. I'm gonna break your damn neck, nigga. That type of thing. Anyway, you know, his son is 33 years old, which means he's a full-grown man. Now, me, my father, my stepfather, anybody else that's been raised up by their father or their stepfather or whatever, at the age of 32, 33, you're not going to be arguing with your father, whether you're a Christian or not, because that's your father, and you're not going to have too much dialogue with your father. Pretty much you're going to be, married, you're going to be married, you're going to have some of your children. Now, you might need a favor from your father or your parents, and you call them that way, but it goes deeper. This argument goes deeper than that. When this guy goes, hood on his son. But anyway, come to find out that now Kirk Franklin and his wife sat down with Tamron Hall concerning this argument, and he's trying to fix things up, but he said he had his son has psychological issues. We called the therapist and all this, and I'm saying, well, where does this psychological issue stem from? Well, there was another audio leaked concerning his son saying, I got to listen to the music of this molester. If you look, I'm gonna put this up raw. Okay, this one right here. I hope you can see the title. It says Kerrion Franklin audio leak molested Kirk Franklin's son. Kerrion alleges he molested him in leak audio. The Pascal Show. So if that's the case, and his son just comes out and they're trying to sweep it under the rug, they're trying to make it go away. So I'm not saying that he did do it or he didn't do it, but it's out there now because his son made a statement while one of his father's songs were playing, it's a gospel song. By the way, he's a Christian, just like Vocab Malone. This one says, Steve Harvey checks Kirk Franklin's son for trying to destroy father's image. Well, what is his image? I mean, his image is a good, clean Christian, good father, family man, husband, and a gospel singer. But if you as a man been raped by your father, molested by your father, you're not gonna be in your right mind. And what they're saying is that this guy's son is a homosexual, a gay person. And now, could it stem from the fact that his father was allegedly raping him? So it is going to come out unless his son disappears. You know what I mean by that. It says Kerrion mother Sean Ewing speaks out on Kirk Franklin's leak audio on the Heartbeat interview. Here's another one that says former gospel rapper exposes gay gospel artist with an S. Kirk Franklin, Eddie Long, and touring with Fred Hammond. And no sign of vocab. Vocab would never get on an individual that's a part of the so-called Christian faith. Here's another one. Hope you can see it. Kerrion Franklin claps back at his dad Kirk Franklin's apology and throws Pastor T.D. Jakes in the mix. Former gospel rapper tells the truth about Kirk Franklin and the gospel music industry. Raw talk. R.I.P. Rest in peace. We're extremely sad to share Kirk Franklin is in mourning and shares heartbreaking details. Now, if he has molested his son, that's why his son is acting out that way. His son is going to make a statement unless he disappears. Now, vocab is Kirk Franklin going to hell for allegedly molesting his son? And what happened to Eddie Long? He denied it. A bunch of young boys came out, which they're all gay, and they accused him of being molested. And he denied it and denied it. And he used the analogy of David fighting against Goliath and him being David, and eventually I think he denied it, and then all of a sudden he got skinny and he died. And the church was with him before he died. So we're waiting for, vocab to come out and condemn this act. And it said, train a child in a way he's supposed to go, and in his old age he shall not depart from it. Well, did he train him to bend over? Because he's bending over. He's been bending over. So what's going on? Here's some more. Exclusive. 3 days ago, Kirk Franklin allegedly molested his son, Kerrion, never before heard audio. Because he made the statement, I'm listening to the music of the man who molested me, or something to that effect. And here goes Stephen Fetchit, Steve Harvey, get off Kirk's back. Another one, Kirk Franklin, son's mother responds. Anyway, scriptures come to mind. Romans chapter 1. You start the 25th verse and read down. You know, it speaks about man with man, woman and woman, working that which is unseemly. It speaks about in the scriptures Sodom and Gomorrah. The 5 cities, those are the 2 major ones. Zeboam, Admah, and there was one more. I keep forgetting the other one. But the 2 major cities I always mention is Sodom and Gomorrah, which was destroyed because of their bestiality, their homosexuality. And if this guy Kirk Franklin has molested his son, that's a sin unto death for both of them. What is that? Leviticus 20:13. If a man lay with man as he lieth with a woman, both have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. So Kirk, according to the laws, should be put to death. And I see why Christians say the law is done away with, so they can do these things. But like I said, it hasn't fully come out. The son has officially making a statement on it, and I would think that the father would deny it. So we'll know. But I mean, Vocab Malone should have jumped on this. And I told I spoke to Apostle Rhymelab about it, and I said, well, what if Nate's son was molested? And I'm not putting Nate in there, so don't jump to conclusion. I just said that because Nate's oldest son, and I heard it from them, that he was no longer of the faith. But what if he said, well, the reason why I left is because my father did such and such and so on, so that's why I said what I said. That's why I said what I said. I could have said anybody. I could have said Gabar. I could have said myself. I could have said Ryan Lab. I could have said Johanna, General Johanna. I could have said anybody. But I said Nate because Nate's son had fell out, had no longer wanted to be in the truth of being an Israelite. But what if it came out that his son said this is the reason why? Not saying that Nate did that. I know Nate wouldn't do no shit like that. You know? And we might have things against each other, but we know that didn't happen, So if they hearing it, don't take it the wrong way. Anyway, but that's what Vocab would do. He would jump on it. He would immediately jump on it, even if it's alleged. Oh, another example or account in Judges, around Judges 19, Judges 20, when you had the Benjaminites had gang raped the woman of the Levite, and he had cut her body up, raped her until she died. And he took the body of his wife and chopped it up into 12 pieces and handed it to the 12 tribes and said, what you going to do about this? So that turned into a war against the tribes and the rest of the tribes and the tribe of Benjamin. And Benjamin, that's why in the Psalms it refers to Benjamin as little Benjamin, because Benjamin was cut at that time. Benjamin was the smallest tribe, so it had to be built back up. And the way Benjamin was built back up because there were no women among Benjamin, and all the tribes said, we took a vow not to have our daughters lay with any Benjamin, marry unto Benjamite men. So Benjamin couldn't deal with Benjamite women because they were destroyed in that war, and the children were destroyed. That was a terrible time in history. And the only Benjaminite men that were left were 400. And basically what they did, they had laid with women. Well, the woman at Shiloh, and I read the story not too long ago, they were of another nation. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the scripture in front of me. But what Benjamin basically did was talk to the men and said that explain the situation, and they said that we, as Israel, said we vowed that we weren't going to let our daughters marry into Benjamin. So they understood it, and they went and they grabbed and they catched all the women that they could catch. Some of them grabbed 2, some 3, some 1, and they took them by force, whether the women liked it or not, to have children, to build back up Benjamin again. And then at that time, it was speaking about how Benjamin they were into sodomy. They were into homosexuality. I mean, you have that going on today in the prison system with Jake. And Esau makes sure he'll put men with men and women with women. So if men get desire, they're going to take it out on another man in the prison system. And that's another reason why this place is going to be destroyed. And when you put women in one system, there's a whole lot of lesbianism that goes on in there. And that's what Esau wants. And that's why we call this man the devil. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.